The Juvenile Welfare Board has always had a taste for innovation. It's part of our fabric and written into our mission to invest in innovative ways to strengthen children's lives. But we don't do this alone. We form partnerships that generate new ideas, expand the brain trust, and maximize resources. And we invest in these partnerships, leading the way to better futures for kids. As we reflect on JWB's work and impact last year, one word comes to mind: connections. Early connections to make the most of baby's first 1,000 days. Healthy human connections so youth feel a sense of belonging and hope. Strategic connections with investments in new, innovative programs to address unmet needs. And creative connections, where the promise and impact of our best practices are reaching beyond the walls of JWB for the good of all children.
Last year, JWB allocated $95 million to strengthen the lives of children and families in Pinellas County. This included roughly $5 million for new, innovative programs, plus another $5 for workforce stabilization, all of which contributed to a record $17.1 million in new investments for kids last fiscal year. As a result, 70,000 children and families were served by 100 quality programs provided by 53 nonprofits. Plus, tens of thousands more benefited from JWB's campaigns, initiatives, and collective impact. For example, 7,000 parents received life-saving education and baby bags geared towards infant-safe sleep. 3,000 kids participated in free swim and water safety lessons. 17,000 books were given away to help early readers become future leaders. And 700,000 free meals went to kids to fight childhood hunger. Plus another 5 million plus meals thanks to JWB's bulk food investments. JWB also engaged a consultant to better inform our fatherhood collaboration in its role supporting and giving dads a voice, and increased annual funding to our Family Services Resource Pool to strengthen and support those caring for children. We warmly welcome 2 new members to our JWB board, Kristen Nage and Melissa Rutland. And our 3 community councils hosted family-centered events, released new community support funds, and informed JWB's work by serving on procurement review teams. JWB-sponsored trainings and events benefited thousands. From our annual Children's Summit, where leaders convene to imagine the future for kids, a conference focused on self-care for out-of-school time provider staff, and JWB's annual awards luncheon, where boots on the ground Kids First winners were celebrated. Promising youth received educational scholarships, and our second ever Dillinger McCabe Leadership Awardee was named in a surprise announcement to close the event. We onboarded a total of 14 new staff last year, bringing a wide range of expertise to JWB, made improvements to internal procurement processes, adopted new data systems for increased efficiencies, laid groundwork for a new stockroom, position, and van to support JWB's outreach efforts, and held our annual team building event, where JWB staff were celebrated for crushing it all year. The first 3 years of a baby's life are critical to shaping their brains and their futures. Last year, JWB launched Turbo Babies, an early childhood public awareness campaign that reached more than 8,000 parents and caregivers with supercharged messaging and materials. We also funded 5 new early childhood development programs, invested in a support position for those seeking early childhood education degrees, and planned events to support grandparents raising their grandchildren.
Early connections matter. Learning begins at birth, so does a child's mental health. From day one, babies begin to understand a world of loving, attentive, and dependable adults, or not. In these formative years, a baby's brain chemistry is impacted for life.
You know, when I had a chance to talk to the JWB board about the importance of the early years, that they were moved not only by the scientific information that 80% of the baby's brain develops in the first 3 years, but by the fact that the brain development is shaped by the everyday experiences that baby is having in her house, in her neighborhood, in her community, with her family. And I knew that because of what you all taught me, the case that was really made to JWB about the importance of those early months and years of the baby's life.
JWB continues the important work of promoting children's mental health and wellness by reducing stigma and fostering healthy connections. We're increasing access by integrating behavioral health and support services within pediatric practices. Last year, nearly 15,000 children were screened by pediatric providers for early detection and intervention, and more than 6,000 behavioral health visits occurred within those settings.
JWB's Children's Mental Health Initiative is continuing to increase capacity among our local pediatricians. We're getting them better equipped at identifying, diagnosing, and treating the lower to moderate mental health conditions while making behavioral health and other support services available within the child's medical home. We're focusing on public awareness and family engagement. We're hoping to normalize conversations around mental health. Our goal has been and continues to be getting further upstream, focusing on prevention and early intervention.
The best thing about the program really has been the feedback from the parents. They are so grateful to be able to have their children's mental health needs met here, and also they don't have so much fear. There's not so much stigma about going to, say, a psychiatrist as opposed to having your needs met by your pediatrician.
Last year, JWB awarded $6.5 million for new programs that align with one of JWB's 5 strategic goals. And the majority are focused on early childhood development and the prevention of abuse and neglect.
JWB's 12 new programs have really gone the extra mile towards innovation. They're searching out and filling unmet needs and gaps, and really getting to how we can change the trajectory of a child's future.
Without a doubt, our new programs are strategic. They're designed to reach and engage some of our most vulnerable families, for the families who may not be ready to seek support today, but could be tomorrow. They are increasing our footprint in early childhood, building capacity for high-quality early learning, and offering behavioral health interventions to prevent abuse and neglect.
When the YMCA of the Suncoast revised its strategic plan in 2017, we added a very important component, which was how we can help prevent child sexual abuse. We are so proud of our partnership with JWB, where we're able to educate both children and parents on what grooming behavior look like that will help prevent child sexual abuse.
JWB continues to gain momentum as an innovative thought leader for kids. Taking a community approach, we shared our mapping capabilities to measure child opportunity at the neighborhood level. We were invited to roundtable discussions at the White House to help ensure accurate mental health storylines in TV and films. Our Sleep Baby Safely campaign was replicated statewide, 19 counties now share its consistent message and materials to protect babies from sleep-related suffocation every night and nap. JWB staff were also recognized and celebrated across the region and state for their stellar work and contributions for kids.
Given our broad range of expertise on key children's issues, we are frequently invited to the table to have a leadership role. We have a community mindset. If it's about kids, JWB is there.
We're moving forward with great intentionality, making not only creative connections, but also courageous ones. So when our influence, expertise, and ideas take hold in other places, it's value added for all children.
From the earliest of days, we come into this world craving the presence of others, longing for human connections. For more than 75 years, JWB has been uniquely positioned as a leader, a convener, and a dot connector for kids. Our goal is that children in Pinellas County are ready to learn, thrive, and succeed in schools, homes, and neighborhoods that are healthy and safe. It's rooted in our guiding values that we embrace collaboration, pursue innovation, and value every child. That's the power of connections.